Promise, I've been up since about 8:30 this morning. Time's approaching 11:45. I've basically not been in the garden yet, but that's about to change. Right, let's open this. Got a delivery from Amazon. Bought a nail gun. Thought, you know what, it's going to make my life a lot more easier. Bought one off Amazon and it was around about, about £45. Now I wanted a staple gun, nail gun that could put in a very long nail, and this is the kind that you need to apparently get because they can handle the long ones. I'm going to read the instructions just now. I need to get into the garden and get finishing the floor. Even got my Temu delivery. Loads of zippers that I needed. Oh, I love these little glass bowls. Oh, something to make a camper van thingy from. But am I excited about this today? No. I do at some point need to get back on to what I was making for a camper van. But, you know, the issue in the back garden is taking priority at the moment. This is the conservatory that the ex brought up. Poor, good on 7 years. Been sat on my old decking that I lovingly made, only to enjoy it for 1 year and then have all this shit piled up on top of it. It would have been absolutely lovely because it's all glass paned. I've got all the panels for the glassing. It would have been absolutely stunning. But unfortunately, this is beyond my level. So I use it to hang my washing. Gets a good bit of sun, everything dries up nice and quickly. I haven't got very far because I was just getting the lowdown from my next door neighbour on what's been happening with every other neighbour in our cul-de-sac. Excuse to have another cup of coffee. Essential tool to have, a Bluetooth speaker. Got this 2 bags of insulation there. I'll take them all out and then I'm going to use those blue bags as a floor liner because I'm sure no weed ain't going to be going through that. I mean, in fact, Jewson's have done me a favour. They've given me a bonus lining. I prepare the land first and get rid of these big Humpty grass mounds. And through that material with these beautiful scissors that I use for, like, you know, the odd cuts on paper and stuff like that. Not my fabric scissors. But I'm just wondering, I'm cutting through grains of sand. Is that going to blunt it and fuck it up? Or is it going to sharpen it? Just thinking to myself that if I cut along the seams, that means I should get one really long bit and one really short bit. And that's handy. Yep, came in one continuous piece and one little small piece. Perfect. So you get actually 2 square little pieces. And I was just looking at these handles and thinking, oh, that would make good handles or bindings. So I'm going to chop them off and may use them in future. There's actually quite a lot of it. I mean, I could just unpick it and take the whole lot and use it for future projects, but I'm not that much in love with it. Uh-oh. Fatal error. Oh, God. Maybe I should have laid that first before I put all the bricks down and everything, because it was just being one easy laying down. Now I'm going to have to cut the fucker up to fit all the gaps. I've got a load of glass panels and I haven't got enough wooden flooring, so I think this part of the area could be glassed over because I'm not going to be walking around in this section as much. So this lining only needs to get over to here. I need to keep that all, otherwise it's looking rather shit looking through the glass panels onto that. Actually, while I was doing that, I was staring at all this shit that's lying here in this corner, thinking I probably could offload some of that under here before I put the blue lining on. All this kind of wood I'm probably going to keep because it might come in handy for future projects. You can always do something with it. But stuff like this, it's just unusable. I'm going to do section by section so I don't get bored of doing the same thing. And now I'm going to start putting the insulation packed into the crevices there. I'm going to be so glad to get rid of all this insulation that's been cluttering up my garden. But I'm trying to shove as many as I can that fit underneath these beams just to give it a little bit more support. I've got all my pieces out of one bag and that's what I'm going to be working with. Like a puzzle this. I'm trying to figure out which bits will fit right underneath the beams. I thought I was going to finish this in a day, but I really doubt it. That's one bag empty. Now for another one. Insulation was giving off a lot of dust particles, so I found these masks and donned on the pink gloves, and now I'm like super overheated. Another rookie error. I should have started from the middle and worked my way out, because now I'm going to have to trample over all this shit to get to this shit, to bring that shit to back to that shit. So I've got my pile of offcuts of insulation, which I'm going to try and pump them under the beams so there's a bit of support, because they're quite strong. I didn't particularly want to be cutting bits of insulation up, but I found these two rusty tools that might help, but it's all the dust that it creates. So I've emptied out 3 bags now for these bits of insulation, having to chop them up into little pieces. Well, my son's doing that, and then packing it on top. We're getting there, we're getting there. To cut. We've only got the last 3 to go. Yay! That's it. Those large bits I'm going to use for something else. And very enjoyable. My son was sawing away. It's brought him out into the sun, get his vitamin D, and then learn some skills. Just had a bath. Oh my god, this shit is not good. Glad we wore glasses and masks, because I couldn't get this off my skin properly. So nice to be out in the town. Loads of food courts. I'm just going to eat out today. They've got like your burgers, your Doritos, your wraps, pasta, quesadilla. Then you get your platters, half a chicken. It's not a quarter of a chicken. Go for the chicken tasca. It's got pita, salad, mayonnaise, chicken strips, jalapenos. Yeah, I'll do that. No, I'm too hungry. 50-minute wait. Chips and a battered sausage. Home now, and that is my chicken tikka coca, or whatever it was. But that's really soft bread up here, like a naan. That's good. Owned by a Pakistani family. It's just not that great, to be honest, because it was advertised with loads of like green stuff in there, like lettuce, jalapenos, But look at the state of how much lettuce I got in there. Only a couple of jalapenos. Could have been so much better if it was fully loaded. I'm going to get lost in my little world and continue watching the Chinese drama.